ടീച്ചർ റീസെന്റ് കണ്ട സിനിമകളിൽ ടീച്ചർക്ക് ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട ഒരു സിനിമയെ കുറിച്ച് പറയാമോ? അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ആ സിനിമ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടാൻ ഒരു കാരണം, ആ ഒരു ഫാക്ട്, അതിനെ കുറിച്ചും.
ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു ഫോർ ദ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. സോ എനിക്ക് റീസെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് കണ്ടതിൽ എന്നെ വളരെയധികം എനിക്ക് വളരെ ടച്ചിങ് ആയി തോന്നിയത് 12th ഫെയിൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന മൂവിയാണ്. ബി ചോപ്ര ഡയറക്ട് ചെയ്ത, വിക്രാന്ത് മാസി ലീഡ് റോളിലുള്ള 12th ഫെയിൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന മൂവി. സോ ഇതൊരു റിയൽ ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റോറിയാണ്. മനോജ് കുമാർ ശർമ്മ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന IPS ഓഫീസർ UPSC എക്സാം എങ്ങനെ ക്രാക്ക് ചെയ്തു എന്നുള്ളതാണ് പറയുന്നത്. സോ ആ മൂവിയിൽ റിപ്പീറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു വേർഡ് ഉണ്ട്, റീസ്റ്റാർട്ട് റീസ്റ്റാർട്ട് റീസ്റ്റാർട്ട്. സോ ഈ റീസ്റ്റാർട്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ലൈഫ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സക്സസ്സും ഉണ്ട്, ഫെയിലിയറും ഉണ്ട്. സോ ഫെയിലിയർ വരാൻ നേരത്ത് നമുക്ക് അതിൽ നിന്ന് വി ഷുഡ് ലേൺ ലെസൺ ഫ്രം അവർ ഫെയിലിയർ. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ടൈം നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും ട്രൈ ചെയ്യണം, നെവർ ഗീവ് അപ്പ്. ആ ഒരു മെസ്സേജ് ആണ് ആ ഒരു മൂവി തരുന്നത്. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ എന്നെ ആ മൂവി വളരെയധികം ഇൻസ്പയർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്.
2022 കാസർഗോഡ് ഒരു സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിപ്പിക്കണ സമയത്ത് അവിടുത്തെ ഒരു കുട്ടി പറഞ്ഞ അനുഭവത്തിന്റെ പുറത്ത് എഴുതിയൊരു കവിതയാണ് എൻ്റെ അമ്മ ഒളിച്ചോടിയതിന്റെ 2ാമത്തെ ദിവസം. ഞാനത് വായിക്കാം. 2 മുലക്കണ്ണുകളും ഇല്ലാത്തൊരുത്തിയാണ് ഇന്നലെ സ്വപ്നത്തിൽ വന്ന് കയറിയത്. നോക്കുമ്പോ അവൾക്ക് അമ്മയുടെ പൊട്ടിയൊലിക്കുന്ന മുഖക്കുരു മുഖം. കണക്കിൽ തോറ്റതിന് അച്ഛൻ അടിച്ചു ചുവന്ന ചുമലിലേക്ക് ഒരു രാത്രിയിൽ അവരുടെ പഴുത്തു തെറിച്ച കവിൾ തണുത്തതുപോലെ സ്വപ്നത്തിൽ അന്നേരം എനിക്ക് തണുത്തു. ഉടുക്കാത്ത ഉടലു കണ്ടെനിക്ക് വിറച്ചു. പഴുക്കിലകൾ അടിച്ചുകൂട്ടി കത്തിക്കുമ്പോ ഫോറിൻ സിൽക്കിന്റെ നരച്ച തുണിക്കടിയിൽ തൂങ്ങുന്ന ഇടുപ്പ് എനിക്കപ്പോൾ തെളിഞ്ഞു. മൊട്ടാമ്പുളിയുടെ ഉണങ്ങി മുരിഞ്ഞ കായമാതിരി അച്ഛനിരിച്ച ബീഡിച്ചോപ്പ് അവിടെ കല്ലുപോലെ. കട്ടിളയ്ക്ക് അപ്പുറമോ ഇപ്പുറമോ ഉറപ്പില്ലാതെ അവരങ്ങനെ നിൽക്കെ എനിക്കപ്പോൾ പിന്നെയും തെളിയുന്നു പിൻകഴുത്തിൽ തൊഴുത്തും കിണറുകപ്പിയും കുരുമുളക് തടവും വെണ്ണീർക്കുഴലും പച്ച വിറക് പുകയും. വല്ലപ്പോഴും അവർക്ക് പനിക്ക് വീടൊരു സമാധാനക്കേടിന്റെ ഒടുവിലത്തെ ഇടിയെ വിളിയിൽ മുടി വാരി ചുറ്റി എണീക്കുന്നു. ഉണങ്ങാനിട്ട തുണിയും മുറ്റത്തെ കുമുട്ടിയും ഒടിഞ്ഞുകുത്തിയ പാഷൻ ഫ്രൂട്ട് വള്ളിയും അവരെ കാത്തു കാത്ത് പിന്നെയും കാത്തു. 3ാം വയസ്സുവരെ ഞാൻ ഈമ്പിയ ഇടത്തെ തള്ളവിരലിൽ നാരങ്ങപ്പച്ച അരച്ചു ചേർത്ത് അയലേതിലെ കൊച്ചിന്റെ തീട്ടമാണെന്ന് എന്നെ പറ്റിച്ചു ചിരിച്ച ഉറകുത്തിയ കിടക്കയടിയിൽ ചതുര ഫോട്ടോയിൽ 2 ഭാഗവും മുടി പിന്നിയിട്ട, ആദ്യമായും അവസാനമായും കടൽ കണ്ട നേരത്ത് അവരിലുണ്ടായിരുന്ന മുഖമല്ലതെന്ന് അല്ലെന്ന് എനിക്കെന്തേ വയ്യാണ്ടാവുന്നു. അവരലക്കി വിരിച്ച വിരിപ്പിൽ ഞാൻ മൂത്രമൊഴിക്കുന്നു. എന്നെ കൊല്ലാനായിട്ടേ എന്ന് എന്നുമുള്ള പോൽ പ്രാകാതെ തലയ്ക്കു മുകളിലേക്ക് കൈവെള്ളയിൽ മുറുക്കി ചുരുട്ടിയ 2 മുലക്കണ്ണുകൾ എന്റെ കണ്ണിലേക്ക് നീട്ടിവയ്ക്കുന്നു. എനിക്ക് പനിക്കുന്നു. പനിക്കോളിൽ കാണാം കൃത്യമായി ഉടലാകെ ഒരു കടൽ. കേൾക്കാം അവസാനിക്കുകയേ ഇല്ലെന്ന മട്ടിൽ ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയതിന്റെ വിരമ്പം.
മാഷെ സ്വാധീനിച്ച ഒരു പുസ്തകത്തെ കുറിച്ച് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
സ്വാധീനിച്ച പുസ്തകം എന്നാലോചിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരുപാട് പുസ്തകങ്ങളുണ്ട്. അതിൽ ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട ഒരു പുസ്തകമാണ് ലെസ് ഫോർ ലൈഫ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പുസ്തകം. ജീവിതാസക്തി എന്നുള്ള പേരിൽ അത് മലയാളത്തിൽ പരിഭാഷപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഞാനതിന്റെ മലയാള പരിഭാഷയാണ് വായിച്ചത്. എർവിങ് സ്റ്റോൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ജീവചരിത്ര നോവലിസ്റ്റ് ആണ് ആ പുസ്തകം എഴുതിയത്. വിശ്വവിഖ്യാതനായിട്ടുള്ള പെയിന്റർ ആയിട്ടുള്ള വിൻസെന്റ് വാൻഗോഗിന്റെ ജീവചരിത്രമാണ് നോവലിൽ പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ പുസ്തകം എനിക്ക് ഏറ്റവും പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടതായി മാറുന്നതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, സാധാരണക്കാരനായ ഒരു പെയിന്റർ, അനേകം പെയിന്റർമാരെ നമുക്കറിയാം, ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റുകളെയൊക്കെ നമുക്കറിയാം. പക്ഷെ അതിൽ പെയിന്റർ എന്നതിനേക്കാൾ ഉപരിയായിട്ട് ആ വ്യക്തിയുടെ ജീവിതം മനുഷ്യരെ മുഴുവൻ സ്വാധീനിക്കുന്നു. ആ മട്ടിലേക്ക് ഈ വാൻഗോഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പെയിന്ററെ എല്ലാ മനുഷ്യരും തിരിച്ചറിയുന്നു. അപ്പൊ മലയാളിയെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് പിൽക്കാലത്ത് വന്ന എഴുത്തുകളിൽ പറയുന്നുണ്ട് വടകരക്കാരനായ വാൻഗോഗ് എന്ന്. കാര്യം നമുക്ക് അത്രയും സമീപസ്ഥനാണ്, നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും അടുത്ത് നിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരാളാണ് വാൻഗോഗ് എന്ന തരത്തിലാണ് വാൻഗോഗിനെ നമ്മൾ തിരിച്ചറിയുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ അവിടെ വാൻഗോഗിന്റെ ചിത്രകലയല്ല തിരിച്ചറിയുന്നത്, ശരിക്കും വാൻഗോഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന വ്യക്തിയും അയാളുടെ ജീവിതവുമാണ്. അയാൾ അനുഭവിച്ച സംഘർഷങ്ങളാണ്, അയാൾ കണ്ട മനുഷ്യരാണ്, അയാൾ ആ മനുഷ്യരിലൂടെ കണ്ട ജീവിതമാണ്. ഈ പുസ്തകം എന്നെ സ്വാധീനിക്കുന്നത് അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ്. പച്ചയായ ഒരു മനുഷ്യൻ കടന്നു പോകുന്ന എല്ലാ സമ്മർദ്ദങ്ങളും ആ പുസ്തകം ആവിഷ്കരിക്കുന്നു. അയാൾ ചിത്രങ്ങളാക്കി മാറ്റുന്നത് അയാൾ കണ്ട ജീവിതങ്ങളാണ്, അയാൾ അനുഭവിച്ച ജീവിതങ്ങളാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അയാൾക്ക് അനുഭവിക്കാൻ കഴിയാതെ പോയ വ്യഥകളാണെന്നുള്ളത് ഒരു ബോധ്യമായിട്ട് മാറുന്നു. അപ്പം എന്തോ എല്ലാ മനുഷ്യന്റെയും ജീവിതം അങ്ങനെ തന്നെയാണ് എന്നൊരു ബോധ്യം അതിനകത്തുനിന്ന് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. അത് തന്നെയാണ് എന്നെ ഈ പുസ്തകം വളരെയധികം സ്വാധീനിച്ചത്.
നമസ്കാരം. അച്ഛനെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ആകർഷിച്ചൊരു പുസ്തകത്തെ കുറിച്ചും എഴുത്തുകാരനെ കുറിച്ചും പറയാമോ?
എനിക്ക് വായനയിൽ എന്നെ ഏറ്റവും അധികം വിസ്മയിപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു എഴുത്തുകാരൻ ജാപ്പനീസ് എഴുത്തുകാരനായ ഹറുക്കി മുറക്കാമി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു എഴുത്തുകാരനാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഏതാണ്ട് എല്ലാ നോവലുകളും ഞാൻ വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പൊ ഏറ്റവും അടുത്ത കാലത്ത് വന്ന് കില്ലിംഗ് ദ കമൻഡേറ്റർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ നോവലാണ് ഞാൻ ഏറ്റവും അടുത്ത് വായിച്ച വളരെ വിസ്മയകരമായ നോവൽ. ഒരു നോവലിന് എന്നതിനേക്കാൾ ഉപരിയായിട്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ എഴുത്താണ് എനിക്ക് വളരെ പ്രചോദനമായിട്ടുള്ളത്. മറ്റാരും എഴുതുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ അപ്പുറത്ത് വളരെ വ്യത്യസ്തമായി നമ്മുടെ ഈ ലോകത്തെ വേറൊരു കണ്ണുകൊണ്ട് കാണുകയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ വളരെ പ്രസിദ്ധമായൊരു 3 വോളിയം ഉള്ള ഒരു നോവലുണ്ട്, IQ84 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ആ നോവല് നമ്മൾ വായിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വേറൊരു ലോകത്താവുകയാണ്. അതിന്റെ ഭാഷ വ്യത്യാസമാണ്, ഭാവുകത്വ വ്യത്യാസമാണ്, അത് വേറൊരു രീതിയിലുള്ള ഒരു കഥ പറയണം. അപ്പൊ കഥ പറയാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ സാധ്യമാകുമോ എന്ന് നമ്മൾ ഈ വാദറിനെ വായിച്ചു കഴിയുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് തോന്നും. അതേ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് വളരെ ഡീറ്റെയിലിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള എഴുത്താണ്, വളരെ മൈന്യൂട്ട് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ. ഒരാൾ ഒരു കറി വെക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, ഭക്ഷണം ഉണ്ടാക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതൊക്കെ വളരെ ഡീറ്റെയിൽഡ് ആയിട്ട് എഴുതും. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ജീവിതത്തെ കുറിച്ച് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഏറ്റവും കൗതുകരമായ ഒരു കാര്യം മാത്രം ഞാൻ സൂചിപ്പിക്കാം. അദ്ദേഹം 29 വയസ്സ് വരെ ഒന്നും എഴുതിയിട്ടില്ല, ഒരു പേപ്പറിൽ പേന കൊണ്ട് കുറിക്കുക പോലും ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല എന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞത്. പക്ഷെ ഒരു ബേസ്ബോൾ കളി കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ പെട്ടെന്ന് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് തോന്നുകയാണ് ഇപ്പം ഇവിടുന്ന് ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയി ഒരു നോവൽ എഴുതണം. അങ്ങനെ അദ്ദേഹം അവിടുന്ന് ഈ ബേസ്ബോൾ ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറങ്ങി ഓടി വീട്ടിൽ പോയി ഒരൊറ്റ എഴുത്തായിരുന്നു. ഒരു 2-3 ദിവസം കൊണ്ട് അദ്ദേഹം നോവൽ എഴുതി പൂർത്തിയാക്കി. ആ സമയത്ത് അദ്ദേഹം ആ പ്രായപരിധിക്കുള്ളിൽ ഒരു നോവൽ പ്രസിദ്ധീകരിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു സമയമായിരുന്നു. ആ നോവൽ, ആദ്യത്തെ നോവൽ തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹം പ്രസാധകർക്ക് അയച്ചു കൊടുക്കുകയും അത് പ്രസിദ്ധീകരിക്കുകയും അതിന് അവാർഡ് കിട്ടുകയും ചെയ്തതോടെയാണ് ഹറുക്കി മുറക്കാമി ഒരു നോവലിസ്റ്റ് എന്നല്ല അറിയപ്പെടുന്നത്. വളരെ മികച്ച ചെറുകഥകൾ അദ്ദേഹം എഴുതാറുണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ കഥകൾ എന്തുകൊണ്ടോ മലയാളത്തിലേക്ക് അധികം ഒന്നും വിവർത്തനം ചെയ്ത് വന്നിട്ടില്ല. ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലാണ് അദ്ദേഹം എഴുതുന്നതും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ധാരാളം വായനക്കാരുള്ളതും. അദ്ദേഹം എഴുതുന്ന ജാപ്പനീസ് ഭാഷയിലാണ്, ഇപ്പോൾ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലും എഴുതുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. പക്ഷെ എന്നാലും ഒരു മികച്ച ഒരു എഴുത്തുകാരനായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് അദ്ദേഹം
ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്വാധീനിച്ച പുസ്തകം ഏതാണ്?
എന്നെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്വാധീനിച്ച പുസ്തകം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഏണസ്റ്റ് ഹെമിംഗ്വേയുടെ ഓൾഡ് മാൻ ഇൻ ദ സീ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ബുക്കാണ്.
അതിൽ മാമിനെ ബുക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നിർത്തിയ കാര്യം എന്താണ്? സ്വാധീനിക്കാൻ ഫാക്ടർ?
എനിക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇത് റിലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോന്ന് അറിയില്ല. എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ബുക്ക് ഓഫ് ഹോപ്പ്. കാരണം നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് ഒരുപാട് ഓട്ട്സ് വരും, അതൊക്കെ ഓവർകം ചെയ്താണ് നമ്മൾ ഓരോ തവണയും മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാറ്. അപ്പൊ ഈ കഥ പറയുന്നത് തന്നെ സാന്റിയാഗോ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു പ്രായമായ ഒരു മത്സ്യത്തൊഴിലാളി, ആള് ജീവിതത്തിൽ കണ്ട ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു മത്സ്യത്തിനെ പിടിച്ചു കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നതാണ് ഇതിന്റെ കഥ. അപ്പം ഇതിനകത്ത് ആ മത്സ്യത്തിനെ കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്നുള്ളതിലുപരി ആൾ അതിനോട് കാണിക്കുന്ന ഒരു റെസ്പെക്ട് ഉണ്ട്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എത്ര ഗ്രേസ്ഫുള്ളി ആണ് ആൾ ഓരോ ഹഡിലും ഹാൻഡിൽ ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എന്നെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ആ പുസ്തകത്തിന് ഇൻസ്പയർ ചെയ്ത ഒരു കാര്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്.
കൂടുതൽ സ്ട്രൈക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നിർത്തിയ ഒരു നോവലിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
സ്ട്രൈക്ക് ചെയ്ത ഒരുപാട് നോവൽസ് ഉണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ പെട്ടെന്ന് ചോദിക്കുമ്പം എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിലേക്ക് വരുന്നത് ശശി ദേശ്പാണ്ഡെന്റെ ദാറ്റ് ലോങ് സൈലൻസ് ആണ്. ദാറ്റ് ലോങ് സൈലൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇപ്പൊ പറയാൻ അത് എക്സ്പ്ലോർ ചെയ്യുന്ന നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ഹ്യൂമൻ റിലേഷൻഷിപ്സിന്റെ കോംപ്ലെക്സിറ്റീസും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ഐഡന്റിറ്റി, സെൽഫ് ഡിസ്കവറി, അതിനെ പറ്റിയൊക്കെ പറയുന്ന ഒരു നോവലാണ്. അപ്പൊ അതിലെ ജയ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പ്രൊട്ടാഗണിസ്റ്റ് ആക്ച്വലി ഇറ്റ് റെസനേറ്റ്സ് ഓൾ വിമൻ. കാരണം ജയ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു മിഡിൽ ക്ലാസ് വുമൻ സ്ട്രഗിൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ദ ചലഞ്ചസ് ദാറ്റ് ഷീ ഫേസസ്, ഇപ്പൊ മാരേജ് ആയിക്കൊള്ളട്ടെ, മദർഹുഡ് ആയിക്കൊള്ളട്ടെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹർ എന്താ പറയുക ഒരു സെൽഫ് ഡിസ്കവറിയിലേക്കുള്ള ഒരു ജേർണി. അപ്പൊ ആ ഒരു ചലഞ്ചസ് എല്ലാം വളരെ ബ്യൂട്ടിഫുൾ ആയിട്ട് എക്സ്പ്ലോർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു നോവലാണ്. സോ അപ്പൊ അതില് ഇപ്പൊ ഈ ഒരു ടൈറ്റിൽ പോലും ദാറ്റ് ലോങ് സൈലൻസ്, നമ്മൾ എപ്പോഴും പറയും സൈലൻസ് ഇസ് ബെറ്റർ ദാൻ മീനിങ്ലെസ് വേർഡ്സ്. അപ്പം ഈ ഒരു നോവലില് സൈലൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു സ്ത്രീ എന്ന രീതിയിൽ, ഈവൻ ഞാനാണെങ്കിൽ പോലും എല്ലാ വിമന്റെ ഉള്ളിലും എന്താണ് കുറെ അൺഎക്സ്പ്രസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അൺസ്പോക്കൺ ആയിട്ടുള്ള കുറെ ഇമോഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കുറെ ഡ്രീംസ് ഉണ്ടാവും, അവർ എക്സ്പ്രസ് ചെയ്യാത്ത അവരുടെ കുറെ ഡിസയേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പൊ അതിന്റെ ഒക്കെ ഒരു സിംബോളിക് ഫിഗറാണ് ഈ ജയ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടർ. അപ്പം ഈ ഒരു നോവല് വായിച്ചപ്പം സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ നോവല് ഞാൻ പഠിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഒരു തവണ വായിച്ചു. അന്നൊരു പക്ഷെ എനിക്ക് അത്ര റിലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ടാവില്ല. പക്ഷെ when I had gone through ഈ എല്ലാ സ്റ്റേജസും, ഇപ്പൊ മാരേജ്, മദർഹുഡ്, ഇതിലെല്ലാം കൂടെ പോകുമ്പം വീണ്ടും അതൊരു തവണ വായിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ജയ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടറിൽ റിഫ്ലക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഞാൻ പലപ്പോഴും പല സിറ്റുവേഷനിലും എന്നെ കാണാറുണ്ട്. So that is one of my favorite movies.
Good afternoon, sir. So how has being a writer influenced your career as a teacher?
அதாவது எப்போதுமே ஒரு யங் ஜெனரேஷன் இருப்பாங்க, அவங்களுடைய சிந்தனை, அவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்க, அவங்க எப்படி யோசிக்கிறாங்க, அதெல்லாம் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு அது மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு வசதியா இருக்கு. நான் வழக்கமா சொல்றது உண்டு, டீச்சரா நான் என்ன அவங்களுக்கு கற்றுக் கொடுத்தேன்னு தெரியல, ஆனா அவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து நான் நிறைய கத்துக்கிட்டேன்.
നമസ്കാരം. അച്ഛനെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ വായിച്ച പുസ്തകങ്ങളിൽ സ്വാധീനിച്ച ഒരു പുസ്തകത്തെ കുറിച്ച് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും. ഞാൻ ഒന്നാമതായിട്ട് എന്നെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്വാധീനിച്ച പുസ്തകം ഏതാണെന്ന് പറയാം. രണ്ടാമതായിട്ട് എന്നെ അത്ഭുതപ്പെടുത്തിയ പുസ്തകം ഏതാണെന്ന് പറയാം. എന്നെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ എൻ്റെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ സ്വാധീനിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ബൈബിളിലെ പുതിയ നിയമത്തിലെ സുവിശേഷങ്ങളാണ്. എൻ്റെ ജീവിതത്തിലെ ബോധ്യങ്ങളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എൻ്റെ നിലപാടുകളും ഒക്കെ ഞാൻ എന്നെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്വാധീനിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് ഗോസ്പൽസ്.
Good afternoon, everyone. We move to the third session of the National Seminar 2024, hosted by the Department of Language and Literature, St. Joseph's College, Autonomous, Devagiri, Calicut. And in this session, we are having 4 paper presentations. And as it is already informed, the 4 presenters will get 10 minutes each to present their arguments. And each presentation is followed by a Q&A session that lasts up to 5 minutes. That could last up to 5 minutes. So this is the way we proceed with the presentation. And as I understand, in the morning session, you have a rather very useful, very erudite lecture on the scope of AI with reference to literature studies and to the way in which AI is fashioning the new world. Now, we have 4 presentations regarding the various possibilities of artificial intelligence. The first presentation will be by Ms. Bhavya Padmanabhanan, and indeed I am very happy to invite all the presenters because 3 of them are closely known to me from this institute, and one presenter is known to me by the various valuation camps as belonging to the English fraternity. So the presenters are not strange to me. They are not going to be strange to you as well. So we'll be having a session on AI, but these presentations are not based on AI. These presentations are very much human. That's what we are hopeful of. So Bhavya Padmanabhan is making the first presentation, and the title of Bhavya's topic, Bhavya, who is an assistant professor, Department of English, Ambedkar College of Arts and Science, Vandoor. And I remember Bhavya as a student of the Department of English. The time when I joined this college, she was an undergraduate student at that time, and later she did her post-graduation also in the Department of English. The evolving an exploration of the possibilities of artificial intelligence on literary analysis is the topic which Bhavya is presenting. And from the very synopsis, we know that literary studies actually is moving on to changing directions. And it is with reference to these changing directions that Bhavya is having her presentation. Welcome.
A very good afternoon to all. As Robin sir has mentioned, I am an alumnus of St. Joseph's College, Devagiri. Robin sir and sir is also my teachers. I feel so glad and happy to be here and back here. Okay. So before going to my presentation, let me introduce myself. I am Bhavya Padmanabhan, Assistant Professor from the Department of English, Ambedkar College of Arts and Science, Vandoor. And here I am presenting my topic, the possibilities of artificial intelligence and literary analysis. As we all know, AI refers to machines or computer systems that can perform several tasks which require human intelligence, such as learning, decision making, reasoning, understanding of language, etc. So when we make a comparison of traditional literary analysis and AI analysis, we can see that the traditional literary analysis involves breaking a literary text structure and content into smaller units. And we analyze how the various components of an individual text are related to each other. And so while doing this, we can see that in the traditional analysis of various literary genres, like novel, poetry, drama, etc., we analyze different components. Like if you are analyzing a novel, we analyze components like plot, setting, characterization, point of view, theme, symbols, etc. And while analyzing poetry, we analyze rhyme, rhythm, imagery, theme, diction, figurative language, etc. And while analyzing drama, we analyze plot, setting, characterization, dialogue, stage directions, and theme. But the major difference between the traditional analysis and AI is that the traditional analysis is actually limited to only a limited set of data, and it is very much prone to subjective analysis by humans. And but there is a possibility of multiple human interpretations, and we can get a greater accurate analysis of human culture, analysis, and language. And traditional analysis is more critical and creative in nature as it involves human intelligence. Whereas AI is actually, it has got higher levels of speed and accuracy, and it can actually analyze a larger set of data than a human analysis. But actually it lacks the emotional depth and the cultural aspects of a literary text. Still, it can avoid many human biases, and it can go for a more objective and interpretive analysis of a text. But still, AI cannot replace the creativity of humans and their creativity and thinking power of human beings. Now I'm discussing the major AI tools for literary analysis. The major AI tools used for literary analysis are machine learning, natural language processing, and deep learning. These are the different tools of AI literary analysis. And regarding machine learning, it is a subfield of artificial intelligence, and we make use of several algorithms which are trained on data sets to create models, and which can perform different tasks. And machine learning algorithms are actually used in several applications like Spotify, Netflix, and Amazon. In these, in Spotify, we actually make use of algorithms, and each time you listen to a song, they actually make it is added to the library, and the service is updated in algorithms to highlight your preferences. And the same is done in the case of Netflix and Amazon, which actually suggests movies and products to customers based upon what movie they have already seen, or what is the product they have already purchased. So in that case, machine learning is such a very useful tool. And next one is, but the disadvantage is that it actually requires a great in-depth knowledge of many programming languages like Python, C++, etc. In contrast to traditional analysis, where we humans go for close reading and subjective interpretation of data. In machine learning, we require more technical skills and more programming language skills. And regarding the deep learning technique, it requires more. Actually, it it analyzes a larger set of data than the machine learning algorithm. can process large amount of text, identify different patterns and trends, and stylistic devices, recurring themes in a text. And another technique used in literary analysis is natural language processing, in which undergoes through a which actually goes through a series of steps like sentence fragmentation, word tokenization, text lemmatization, stops words, dependency parsing, named entity recognition, coherence resolution, etc. Actually, in this natural language processing, we actually divide the words or sentences into different segments, and we actually break the text into smaller units to analyze them and to understand the grammatical structure, the sentence pattern, and the relationship between words are analyzed through these different types of steps. It goes through different types of steps to reach a conclusion, to make a proper analysis of the text. Next, another tool for analysis of literary text is sentiment analysis, in which we can combine this machine learning or NLP techniques to detect or to analyze the sentiments, overall sentiments or emotional tone of a work. That is whether the text is positive, negative, or neutral in nature. So, when we analyze any literary text, we can see that a single literary text will have positive, negative, as well as neutral emotions in it. For example, when we consider the poem Ode to a Nightingale by John Keats, we can see there is, when we go for a sentiment analysis of this poem, we can see that in each stanza of the poem, John Keats actually, there is a transition of different emotions. Each stanza go through different emotions. In the poem Ode to Nightingale, the poet is actually he's actually enjoying the beautiful song or ecstatic joy of the nightingale. So, in the when we analyze it stanza wise, we can see that in the first stanza, the poem begins in a very melancholic mode. The poet is in a very sad state because he sees that the bird nightingale is actually transported to an ecstatic, joyful state, but at the same time, the poet is in a very miserable condition. And in between the stanzas, he actually gets transported into nostalgic sentiment. So, and he just enjoys the natural beauty of his countryside and landscape. And again, after that, he again reverts back into a very emotional state because he realizes the miseries of human existence. The human lot is made to suffer for their in their life, and like that, we can see there are different sentiments in each stanza of the poem, and each of which conveys positive, negative, or neutral sentiment. And we can make with these individual analysis, we can make a conclusion to the overall sentiment of the poem. And while analyzing literary text through an AI analysis, we can see that actually what AI lacks is the human, the depth of human emotions, that when we read a book, literary text, the emotional depth that we go through, it cannot actually, as we humans interpret or analyze a text in a cultural or historical context, the AI actually it cannot that much capture the emotional depth or cultural integrity of a literary text. It actually lacks true creativity and emotional intelligence because it doesn't have any personal experiences or emotions. So, but the humans are more personally and emotionally connected to a text. But the thing is that the human interpretations may lead to various interpretations, but there is always the chance of several personal biases within it. And there are actually several challenges posed by AI in the coming generation because uh, it, okay. So AI can actually result in human unemployment, and it can diminish the multitasking abilities of human beings because so the challenge before us is to strike a balance between the transformative potential of AI and human creativity. And AI can actually bring forth a number of possibilities as well as challenges in the coming future. It can offer many positive things like enhanced textual analysis, and many AI generated writings are amazing, and automated content creation, and it can have collaboration with different authors, and even interdisciplinary collaboration is possible. And the challenge before us is to maintain a balance between human creation and artificial intelligence. We actually, I think that both these are actually indispensable part of our life, and but we must keep in mind that one should not replace the other. As we say, technology cannot replace the teacher. Real literary work cannot replace artificial intelligence. So I think both should go hand in hand. And even when many students are standing before me, when you are doing your assignments or project works, you can go for ChatGPT, but don't simply copy from it. It will actually diminish your creativity. So that's it. Use it in a very positive way. So that's my presentation. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
So that was Bhavya Padmanabhanan, and she was talking about the possibilities of artificial intelligence, and what she did was a kind of a sentimental analysis, or she was suggesting the possibility of sentimental analysis with reference to artificial intelligence. Now it is time for you to come up with your deliberations. Maybe you can raise your questions. Maybe you can contribute more to what Bhavya said. We have maybe we can use 2-3 minutes for interaction with Bhavya. Bhavya, I have a small doubt regarding the special use of AI in conducting what you said, the sentimental analysis. How can we make use of the possibilities of AI to conduct the sentimental analysis of which you spoke about?
We can make use of different algorithms of we can actually make a combination of different machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing techniques. By that, and we can incorporate them into the sentimental analysis.
Any more questions? So, Bhavya, it was actually an opening regarding the possibilities, and you gave some valuable suggestions to the students regarding the way in which they can do their assignments and seminars. Yes, I think it is time for the next presentation. And before that, Bhavya, it was a good presentation. You can take your seat. Maybe you can have more questions, more interactions with Bhavya. Now, let me invite Dr. Premanand ME, who's actually an associate professor in the Department of Business Management here. And to the students of Department of Language and Literature in St. Joseph's College, Devagiri, Dr. Premanand ME needs no introduction. So I'm not going to introduce him to you. He's just going to his presentation. Anyway, on a personal note, I'm indeed very happy to listen to Dr. Premanand ME, who has been one of the teachers in Calicut who made a kind of a combination between teaching tools and literature learning. Mostly the literature teachers are satisfied with the world of books, but he went beyond that and made some innovative explorations with reference to ICT in the initial days and hopefully into the world of AI these days. So welcome, dear sir.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Respected HOD, Dr. CV, and I see Leda, so many people that I know, all my dear students. This time I move into AI, and this is getting to be a new path for me, and I should first give my sincere thanks to Dawn. Is Dawn here? Dawn is not here. I should actually appreciate Dawn for introducing this word close to February 2023, when he said that AI is going to be the next thing. So I said, oh, is it? Then I'm going in. And that's how I'm sure Dawn will be much far ahead of in these things, but still, I thought I'd also like to catch up. So thank you, Dawn, for introducing me into this field. And I go with AI-infused education. Everywhere we find that AI is being used. Students, as just my previous paper presenter said, the AI is being used via chat GPT. They've given the older version free and the other version is only $20. So it's almost like many people can afford chat GPT, Google Bard, and Microsoft Copilot, and so and so forth. So many AI devices that we can all use along with what we call bots. Bots are also assistants that are used to have certain algorithms for certain programs. We already have use of algorithms in our service in let's say service related fields. So my topic is how teachers or how we can use this for presentation, or how we can use this as notes, or how we can use this to study further. This is what I plan to introduce in my paper called AI-infused education. Actually, this is supposed to, the gears and all are supposed to move, but still, I will start my paper. The purpose of this paper is to explore the integration of AI in the development of instructional resources, focusing specifically on crafting dynamic class notes and presentations for UG students of St. Joseph's College, Devagiri. I think my students will remember last year that whichever class I would go in, I would try to be as unique as possible, giving them PPT, PowerPoints related to that particular topic. But now I've gone a little bit further. I have introduced, I've fused or infused AI into my presentations. So here, my aim is to examine the transformative potential of AI tools, namely Canva, Microsoft Designer, and Copilot. Now here, Canva is free. It's a free resource actually. But at the same time, if you really want to enjoy the benefits of Canva, you need a pro version. I think I was one of the very few first pioneers, as Dr. Robin said. I think I was Canva member number 411 or so. So because of that, they've offered me a free pro version for life. And because of that, I've been able to do a lot of things in Canva. Microsoft Designer and Microsoft Copilot comes with the standard subscription edition. So if you pay $3,999 per year, you get Designer and Copilot. Now, both these things, Designer is basically similar to Canva, slightly different. I will explain that to you. And Copilot is sort of a chat bot, sort of a bot, which helps you in many things. So the class notes and presentations, they hold a paramount importance in facilitating effective learning experiences. First thing that I came to St. Joseph's College, Devgiri, Sunil father told me that you have to give notes to the students. So, I mean, in the previous college where I was, we do give notes, but not to this extent. But here, since father had insisted on that, I changed my methodology, and I told them that I'll be giving my students PowerPoint presentations and PDF, but not notes as it is. So this again, this is a little bit into Canva nowadays. So why Canva? Because Canva has this visual appeal. So you can look at the designs on this, the color tone, the theme, everything is very light. And especially on our monitors that we have in each classroom, it looks brilliant. And the content organization is also fantastic in Canva. Now, the traditional class notes, what we all do in the classrooms, we write these notes. And as we write, I'm sure that the teacher dictates, but what I do is I don't dictate. I tell them to copy down in case they need sketch notes. And what is the importance of AI? AI has actually does a lot of things, just as my previous paper presenter said. It analyzes a lot of data. It identifies certain patterns, and it also gives you instructional content. So ChatGPT is one among them. You train ChatGPT in such a way that it understands your diction, and thereby you get a personalized and effective learning experience. Now, this is the same that we do in other apps also. Unfortunately, there is a downtrend. The downtrend is that there are a lot of ethical considerations to be looked into. When I typed in what is Copilot in ChatGPT, ChatGPT was not able to answer. You know why? ChatGPT was not able to answer because that is a product of 2023. And ChatGPT has data only up to, I think, 2021 or 20. So and there was a new word that I found, texting and something else, fighting and texting. So when I checked festing also, texting, the ChatGPT was not able to generate information. So you need to have, there are so many ethical considerations also that you need to look into. Data privacy is, of course, once you give your email ID to ChatGPT or whichever thing you are joining in. Yesterday, I saw a new one called Quick Fix. It's an AI app that spots your photo, your profile on any photo and picks it and brings it to you. So for that, the first thing you have to do is you have to give your name, your email ID, your phone number, and automatically small information starts coming into your inbox. So there's a chain reaction for all these things. So data privacy is one of the it's a contributing factor. And also the digital divide. There will be many people who still do not have access to all these things. Even now, when you go with your ordinary phone, a 4G or a 5G connection to certain places, even I'm staying just below civil station, and I sometimes do not get 5G connection with respect to BSNL. So there is a digital divide there. Sometimes, say certain, we are not able to get data connections. I am not able, my grandfather is not able to understand what this is, and things like that. There's a lot of digital divide that will also be there once AI comes to the full. Now, this is my regular class. For the past 8-10 days, I have 3 sessions. I've got second semester, fourth semester, and BBA classes. For second semester and fourth semester, almost every day I use, whenever I go to that class, I use AI. I use Canva. Canva also has the AI mechanisms nowadays. And these are certain PowerPoint presentations that I made through Canva. I will introduce one particular process of writing, which I had started off, and how effective it has been for the students. So we all know, especially teachers of English, we know how easy or difficult it is to teach writing to our children. So the same thing, I started with this and everyone was sort of sleeping. Then I went on to the pre-writing task. The pre-writing task, again, this is a mind map. In the mind map, I just put circles, and in the circles, they're all templates, not mine. So they've been visually and aesthetically created. I add whatever I want. How do I add? I've taken from different sources, paraphrased them, and sort of made them mine. So these are certain things that I want. Now this is where I found the students very interested in. I asked them, I would show them a picture. The picture is just going to come. And I would ask them to look for sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures from the picture. Now this is the picture that I gave them. Courtesy, designer, courtesy, Google Images. So from this, you are supposed to get the sights and sounds and smells and tastes and texture of, and write just single sentences. And you know that class, it was a fourth semester mass comm class, and they did brilliant. I mean, they started looking at this and said pedestrian crossing. Canopy, certain words which I never expected started coming out. And these were certain observations like misty evening, tall skyscrapers, then pedestrians crossing the road, exhaust fumes. I never thought that, I thought this was something like New York City where exhaust fumes rarely exist. But they brought out that also. So these words also came in from the children. Canopy, which I never expected from the children. Canopy on stores, on storefronts. And one more word, billboards. So like this, AI, coupled with AI, infusing them into education through PowerPoint, Canva, or I mentioned PowerPoint because Copilot is now on PowerPoints also. So through all these things, you can definitely make the life of, your life very easy, your children's life also simply grand. And how effective is it? It enhances understanding, it engages the learner, there is a lot of knowledge retention, and a significantly better learning outcome. And how useful is it? It improves the comprehension skills in students, the ability to adapt content delivery for teachers, and also it provides targeted assistance. Thank you. Sir, one moment. Yeah, this particular picture also would possibly interest you. And now, maybe which one is me? Yeah, of course. But then all the others are AI generated images. And this is the beauty of, deep fake. All these can be done. This is done using DAL-E. Thank you.
So, Premanand sir had an excellent presentation regarding the practical uses of some of the AI tools, which we generally make use of in our academia these days, like a Canva, Microsoft Designer, Copilot, etc. So, it was a practical demonstration. So, I think you have some questions to your dear sir.
This is the greatest advantage, no questions.
It was an excellent presentation, and You even demonstrated how one can have a copy of one's own images using AI. Now my question is, who is standing before me? Is it the real Premanand sir, or is it an AI created version of Dr.
Presently the
Premanand?
real one, sir. Presently the original.
Yeah. Anyway, it was an interesting session. Thank you, Premanand sir, for the presentation. And I think we can move to the next presentation. The next presenter is Ms. Priyata P, who is an assistant professor in the Department of English, Marcus College of Arts and Science, Karanthur. And I remember Priyata as a very enthusiastic student, roughly some 10 years ago, in the classrooms of the nowadays old block of the college, then the only block of the college. Anyway, Preda is going to talk about the evolving landscape of literary studies, a symbiotic relationship with artificial intelligence. Preda, it's over to you.
Thank you, sir. Respected Robin, sir, Premanand, sir, other faculties, and my dears, a warm good morning to, good afternoon to one and all. Now, after such an entertaining and interesting session, I may be quite boring for you all because I'm going to read it from my paper. As the topic is also quite new to me, but still, I hope it could give some sort of information to you all, and it could be quite engaging also. Okay, so the topic that I'm going to deal is the evolving landscape of literary studies, a symbiotic relationship with artificial intelligence. The future of literary studies is undeniably intertwined with the transformative impact of artificial intelligence as we navigate the evolving landscape of technology. Now, AI emerges as a potent force shaping how scholars engage with and analyze literature. This exploration delves into various facets of AI influence on literary studies, encompassing analytical augmentation, generative narratives, human-machine symbiosis, ethical considerations, and interdisciplinary frontiers. Now, most of the subjects that I've been talking about would be quite clear for you all after the 2 sessions that we attended in the morning. So I won't be elaborating, I'll be just giving any brief ideas of all these things. When we talk about analytical augmentation, which is leveraging AI for literary analysis, the integration of artificial intelligence into the realm of literary studies represents a paradigm shift, redefining how scholars analyze and interpret literature. Now, under the overarching theme of analytical augmentation, this exploration delves into the profound impact of AI on literary analysis, examining how advanced algorithms and natural language processing, that is NLP, could be. Now, which could enhance traditional methods, enabling a more comprehensive understanding of the intricate nuances which is embedded within literary works. One key facet of AI role in analytical augmentation is its ability to conduct sentiment analysis. Now, we have been talking in the last paper about the sentiment analysis that can be done by the AI. Now, one thing is what we give as an input will come as an output. So we have that facility also nowadays. It is developing like anything, within 2 years we can see from where we have reached, how chat gpt has advanced. Now I would also like to mention chat gpt as it is my co-author for this paper. And coming back, so the sentiment analysis tools can enable the examination of emotional nuances with literary works, which is unveiling the underlying tones, moods, and shifts in narrative sentiments. Now, this provides scholars with quantitative insights into the emotional landscape of a text, enriching their understanding of characters, themes, and the overall tone of a literary piece. The efficiency gains achieved through AI-driven analytical augmentation do not, however, replace the interpretive depth that human scholars bring to the table. Instead, they serve as a catalyst for deeper exploration. So they are not actually replacing, they're just serving as a catalyst, which could actually help us. So it's a mutual understanding between AI and humans. And there are some apps which could actually help the researchers, such as Research Rabbit, which is rather a free app. It could help you all to find a lot of research papers across the globe that could actually help you all according to your interest. You can state what your interest level is, and it could help you all as such. And then we have Rayan, we have Scholarly, we have Lateral. These are several AI which could help us in doing research papers. Now, lateral is a kind of an AI which helps us to organize the findings or write better papers. And scholarly is a kind of a, artificial intelligence which would help us to summarize articles and generate bibliography. And moving on, generative narratives, AI and evolution of literary creativity. This AI driven approach to context generation raises profound questions about the nature of creativity and authorship. Traditionally, the act of writing and storytelling has been considered a uniquely human endeavor, rooted in complex interplay of emotions, experiences, and cultural influences. However, generative narratives challenge this assumption by showcasing that AI, when armed with a deep understanding of literary styles, can produce text that bears a striking resemblance to the work of renowned authors. Now, one key advantage of generative narrative lies in the ability to offer new perspective and creative possibilities. AI models can synthesize diverse elements from different authors and genres and time periods, creating hybrid narratives that push the boundaries of traditional literary expression. The evolution of literary creativity through AI is not without its complexities. The authenticity and the originality of AI generated context come into question, prompting a nuanced examination of the relationship between human authors and their machine counterparts. Next is the human-machine symbiosis. One of the primary contributions of AI in this symbiotic relationship is the ability to conduct large-scale quantitative analysis. Now, machine learning algorithms can simply analyze extensively literary corpora. That is, a wide range of things can be studied in a less time. That is what being discussed in the second session of our class. The pace. We have much more time. We don't have to spend a lot of time reading a lot of text. We can take the assistance of AI. It could help us to a great extent. So time management, it helps to manage our time. In the collaborative landscape of human-machine symbiosis, scholars act as guides. So we are just guides who could navigate the interpretive nonsense that AI may overlook. The iterative process of analysis involves a dynamic dialogue between human intuition and AI-driven efficiency. As AI algorithms reveal patterns, scholars refine their inquiries, posing more nuanced questions that guide subsequent stages of analysis. That is the prompt that we give. How accurately we are giving the prompt, that is how AI is going to work for us. Next, the question comes about the ethical consideration, which has been a great debate since we have been started to discuss about artificial intelligence. And transparency in AI process is a paramount to addressing ethical concerns. Scholars and users of AI tools in literary studies should have a clear understanding of how these algorithms operate, including the methodologies employed for training and the criteria used for decision making. Transparent AI process enables scholars to critically assess the results, identifying potential biases and ensure the analysis aligned with ethical standards. Accountability in AI-driven literary studies is a multifaceted concern. Scholars must consider the implications of relying on automated analysis for decision making. Interpretations, AI models are not ineffable, and errors or misinterpretations may occur. That is, AI is not always right. Misinterpretations may occur. That could be a concern. Now, establishing clear lines of accountability, acknowledging the limitations of AI, and ensuring that human scholars remain actively involved in the interpretation and validation of results are essential safeguard against potential pitfalls. Now, the last session, that could be the interdisciplinary frontiers, how bridging AI literary studies for holistic insight. Now, interdisciplinary collaboration is not merely the juxtaposition of AI and literary studies. Rather, it is synergetic fusion that capitalizes on the strengths of both disciplines. AI, with its computational power and analytical capabilities, introduces novel methodologies for processing vast amount of literary data, identifying patterns and uncovering hidden connections that might elude traditional human critic approaches. Simultaneously, the interpretive depth, cultural context, and empathetic understanding that literary scholars bring to the table enrich the AI-driven analysis, offering a more nuanced and comprehensive exploration of literary work. Now, interdisciplinary frontiers also open avenues for exploring cross-cultural influences in literature. with its capacity to produce and analyze diverse linguistic and cultural data sets, can unveil connections and influences that transcend geographical borders. By incorporating AI-driven analysis into the study of cross-cultural literary phenomena, scholars can gain insight into the ways in which literature transcends boundaries, adapts to diverse contexts, and contribute to global tapestry of human expression. I won't be extending a lot. As we conclude our contemplation of AI's influence on the future of literary studies, it is evident that the field is at a crossroad of innovation and introspection. The transformative potential of AI offers scholars unprecedented tool for analysis, exploration of creative possibilities, and interdisciplinary collaboration. However, the ethical dimension of this integration requires careful consideration to ensure that the essence of human interpretation, creativity, and ethical standards remain central to the pursuit of knowledge in literary studies. In navigating the future of literary studies, scholars must embrace opportunities that AI presents while remaining vigilant in understanding the ethical implications. The collaborative relationship between human scholars and AI, marked by transparency, responsible use, and commitment to inclusivity, holds the key to unlocking the full potential of AI in enhancing our understanding of literature. The future promises a harmonious coexistence where AI amplifies human capacities, enriches scholarly exploration, and contributes to a more profound and nuanced engagement with the diverse and dynamic world of literary expression. Thank you for the patience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Preta. Preta was actually very much hopeful about tomorrow, when there is going to be the wonderful combination between the researchers and the various AI tools to produce something significant in the world of literary studies. The paper is now open for discussion. You can take 2-3 minutes to come up with your valuable suggestions or feedbacks.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, you mentioned that AI is not always right. Can you say, can you explain any situation that an AI gone wrong?
Thank you for the question. As we have already just started to use AI, there are certain situations where, as mentioned in the last session itself, I have given a prompt to ChatGPT. I wanted an answer from that. It was not something that I expected that AI would probably give me, right? So there could be this kind of lacking in understanding from AI, and AI can only produce what we give it. So if there are false information when we start to use it to a greater extent, so if there are false informations that has been given to AI, of course the output that we could get could be like that. Now, when talking about ChatGPT again, as Sir has mentioned in the last session, the information provided to ChatGPT is only up to 2021. The more things, we can't get a clear-cut answer for that. So probably a direct no is not what I have faced yet, but still there are certain people who have done a lot of researches. They are using AI to a greater extent. I suggested that AI can make some database mistakes. So that is how I would like to state that. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, and wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Have you tried this lateral and scholarly?
I've just started, sir, because that is not free. The one that is free is Rabbit. The one is Research Rabbit. That is a free link. We just have to connect to the Google, and we could get a lot of papers. That is clearly helpful, sir, because if we have an area of interest, we just need to provide that area of interest. And they would say, because literature is a field where we have a number of studies that is taking place. So if we have an interest on AI related research papers is being given out by this particular AI. So it is up to the reader how to use that. We have to go through that. Everything won't be provided by the app. Rather, we have to go through that and see whether this is useful or not. And then we have to give the prompt more accurately. And then the papers will get minimized as such. So we could actually get an outline without wasting a lot of time and researching a lot and Googling a lot. Without that, we could just go through this and use it.
That goes
more
to my
usefully.
second question. Can we say that we are losing our creativity because of this?
According to me, I wouldn't say that we are losing our creativity. We can be more creative having a mutual co-relationship with AI. That is what I guess, because AI is also creative as far as I have understood, more creative than human beings at some point when we use Canva and all those things. And even the language used by ChatGPT sometimes surprises me. So I guess I won't say that human beings are losing their creativity. Yes, if they are not using their brains, obviously we'll get be mundane at the final point. But the thing is that whatever is being provided by the artificial intelligence, it is I who have to decide what I actually want. It is I who have to decide what my audience actually want. It is I who have to make a clear-cut decision of this is what is needed for my presentation. Rather, all the things are unnecessary. So finally, the slot comes onto the reader itself. So I think the creativity is not being lost, but we have to have a mutual relationship with AI, which could create more creativity in human beings, I guess. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Preda, let there be more such creative papers due to the blended interaction between AI and your human intelligence. So, thank you, Preda. We move to the last presentation, last paper presentation, and it is Noor Jahan OP, Miss Noor Jahan OP from the Department of English of Marcus Arts and Science College, Karandur, and Ms. Noor Jahan has been working there as an assistant professor. And a presentation is about the cultural and societal reflection in AI-driven narratives, which is slightly different from the synopsis. The paper is slightly different from the previous presentations. Welcome.
Esteemed personalities, dear students, a warm good afternoon, everyone. My topic is cultural and societal reflections in AI-driven narratives. Artificial intelligence, or AI, refers to the simulation of human intelligence by software-coded heuristic. Narratives intelligence involves the capacity to recognize patterns and structures in stories, to identify the central themes and characters, and to use this information for better decision making, and to create new narratives that resonate with the audience. The growing significance of artificial intelligence narratives lies in their impact on various sectors, including healthcare, finance, and technology. As I continue to advance discussions, job displacement, and the societal implications became crucial. Understanding and shaping these narratives is essential for responsible AI development and widespread acceptance. In our contemporary society, the integration of artificial intelligence has become an immensely transformative force. This purpose of the presentation is to examine how AI-driven narratives are influenced by cultural and societal perspectives. This exploration is crucial for understanding the reciprocal relationship between technology and human values, fostering ethical AI development, and promoting informed discussions on the impact of artificial intelligence on our collective narratives and values. Artificial intelligence has applications in various other fields. These fields can be military, law, video, games, government, finance, automotive, audit, art, etc. Hence, it's clear that AI has a massive amount of different applications. AI narratives often reflect and shape cultural and societal perspectives on technology. These narratives explore the ethical dilemmas, fears, aspirations associated with artificial intelligence. Themes include the impact on employment, privacy concerns, biases, and the potential for either utopian or dystopian future as society grapples with the ethical dimensions of AI. Storytelling becomes a powerful tool for examining our values and envisioning role of technology in our collective future. When we look at the historical background of AI or artificial intelligence, historical context of an artificial intelligence have been around for a long time, starting with all stories about artificial beings. But the modern AI stories began in the mid 1900s when computers were developed. In those tales, AI was often shown as either helpful or scary, mirroring how people felt about it. As technology progressed, stories explored things like ethics, consciousness, and how AI might affect us. Movies and books like um, Blade Runner and The Matrix shaped how we see AI. Today, stories about AI talk about ethics, privacy, and what might happen if we are not careful with artificial intelligence. Impact on AI Impact of AI on society. Artificial intelligence has revolutionized the way of we live, work, and interact with the world around us. Its impact on society is profound, touching numerous aspects of our daily lives. In simple terms, AI refers to machines or computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. Here we delve into the transformative effects of AI on various facets of society, especially smart assistant and everyday convenience, economic changes and job landscape, healthcare sectors, education and personalized learning, customer service and interactions, privacy and ethical considerations, social media and content recommendations, transportations and automotive vehicles. When we look at the ethical considerations and concern raised by narratives, ethical considerations in narratives encompasses a range of issues, including representation, cultural sensitivity, and the potential impact of storytelling on individuals and communities. It's crucial to diverse representation, ensure narratives reflect the diversity of experience, avoiding stereotypes, promoting inclusivity, cultural sensitivity, respect the cultural nuances, avoiding appropriation or misrepresentations, and consult with communities when addressing sensitive topics like impact on society, informed consent, then avoiding harm, then authenticity and truthfulness, power dynamic, child protections, environmental impact, then long-term impact, then representation of AI in popular culture, then the representation of artificial intelligence in popular media, including movies, TV shows, and literature, has been a dynamic and influential aspects of shaping public attitude towards this rapidly advancing technology. These narratives not only entertain but also serves a powerful media for introducing, normalizing, and often sensationalizing AI concept to a broad audience. In this exploration, we will delve into the multifaceted portrayal of AI narratives in various forms of media, discuss the role these narratives play in shaping public perceptions and analyzing recurring themes and stereotypes that emerge from the depictions. Role of AI narratives in shaping cultural norms is a valuable one. Then very elaborate topic. Then cultural diversity and AI narratives. We know that how is changing our culture as per technological changes. Then already talked about this topic very elaborately, first and second, and then after noon sessions also discussed area. But how is AI reflecting in our society? Then society is changing as per technological changes. Then what is that? That is literature. Literature is reflection on society. What is happening in the society? That is We are learning from the textbook or medias or movies, everything talking to us what is happening in the society. Then coming days, there are many challenges, then opportunities, at the same pros and cons, every side of the um, things like it. It has its own negatives, its own positives. We should find out what is negatives, how to overcome negatives, how to follow positives. I would like to conclude by wishing you a, a prosperous future. Thank you.
Thank you, Noor Jahan. It was a presentation in which she was speaking about the various kinds of possibilities regarding the development of AI-driven narratives. And she made various kinds of references from the world of literature, from the world of films, regarding the various dimensions in which the interactions between AI and the humans take place. The paper is open for discussion now.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you.
My question is, how can AI be used in storytelling?
Thank you. AI narratives became a daily process. Suppose if you want to teach our student, we will copy many ways in which we will follow movies. Already what we have given, we can't, if we are not able to create a new things or shaping the stories, we will copy from the movies or already what we have studied or learned from anyways. Then like that we are trying to create. Then if are not able to apply the proper ways, we will do application AI, that is chat GPT. Everything is providing for our students nowadays. That is an extended version is there. Then already mentioned, the one sir is copied one things, how to implement a thing in a student or readers. Then as per viewpoint of our readers or viewers, we can implement. There is a basis, different bases are there in our AI intelligence or artificial intelligence. Thank you for your patience.
Any more questions from the audience? So thank you, Ms. Noor Jahan, for the informative presentation. Thank you very much. So the 4 seminar presentations on 4 different aspects, rather, of the AI tools. And of course, as one of the presenters, I think it was Bhavya, who said that AI is in its early infancy stages. So this, we cannot say how this tool will be or will become in future. Definitely, the way in which the world moves forward is in the direction of more and more positive application of artificial intelligence. And as scholars like Yuval Noah Harari sometimes point out, this is going to be a really frightening scenario also from some other perspectives. Maybe they are useful in various respects or in most respects, but at the same time, there are certain avenues in which the AI tools can be detrimental to the very survival of humanity. Think of a world where, bots are doing everything. You go to a reception, you go to a hotel, it is a bot that receives you. You go to a hotel, the food is served by the robots or such the products of artificial intelligence. And what it is going to offer to you is a world of, on the one hand, it is going to offer you a world of a lot of opportunities, a lot of possibilities in the world of research, in the world of storytelling, in the world of story developing, filmmaking, etc., etc. But at the same time, sometimes it can eat away your very job, your very employment opportunities. So, in fact, a scholar like Yuval Noah Harari sometimes warns the world. Of course, he doesn't say that we can't move on without AI. But having accepted the basic premise that tomorrow is the world of the AI, he speaks of a pessimistic future in which sometimes you and I become actually, as he says, you and I become totally irrelevant in the scenario of more competent artificial intelligence tools. As you are coming to a kind of closure to your seminar, I think this presentation can be concluded with such a reference about which you have definitely multiple opinions, multiple versions. So, I congratulate the Department of Language and Literature for arranging such a wonderful seminar on a very timely topic. And the paper presentations definitely threw light on some of the new dimensions in which possible researches could take place. I believe the seminar was useful to the students as well as the teachers here. And I remember the presence of your dear HOD, Dr. C.V. Abraham, who was a colleague of mine for the last 14 years. So, thank you very much, everyone. And with these words, I declare the seminar as over, this session as over. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was the end of our third session of paper presentations, and now we are moving on to the certificate distribution. I invite Dr. C.V. Abraham, head of the department, to present the certificates. I request Mr. Robin Xavier, Department of English, to receive the certificate for sharing his precious time as the moderator. Dr. Premanand M.E., Associate Professor, Department of Business Management, St. Joseph College, Devagiri. Ms. Bhavya Padmanabhan N., Assistant Professor, Department of English, Ambedkar College of Arts and Science, Vandoor. Ms. Priyada P., Assistant Professor, Department of English, Marcus College of Arts and Science. Ms. Noorjahan O.P., Assistant Professor, Department of English, Marcus College of Arts and Science. Ms. Leah Tom, Holy Cross Institute of Management, for participation certificate. Thank you, sir. Now, may I invite Ms. Twinkle Janardhanan, Assistant Professor, Department of Language and Literature, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. As we come to the conclusion of this one-day national seminar, let me extend my gratitude to everyone who made this event possible. On behalf of the Department of Language and Literature, let me express my sincere thanks to the invited speakers of the day, Dr. Arunlal Mukeri and Dr. V.K. Karthika. Next, let me express my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Robin Xavier, Assistant Professor, Department of English, St. Joseph College, Devagiri, for accepting our invitation and chairing the sessions. Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank all the dignitaries who graced the inaugural session this morning. A heartfelt thanks to Dr. Wilson Rocky, Reverend Father Sunila Mantini, and Dr. Sanathanan Veluva. My sincere gratitude goes to the wonderful participants who joined the seminar with their presentation. The presenters were Dr. Premanandemi, Ms. Bhavya Padmanabhan, Ms. Priyata P, and Ms. Noorjahan OP. Thank you all for your insightful words. Let me extend my thanks to all the members of the Department of Language and Literature, guided by our HOD, Dr. C.V. Abraham, for their wholehearted support. A special note of thanks to the amazing coordinators of this national seminar, Ms. Amrita MT and Mr. Abhishek Menon. I'd also like to thank the team from the Department of Media Studies for the technical support throughout the seminar. Thank you. Lastly, let me thank all the students for their participation. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, we have come to an end of the one-day national seminar. Thank you all for making this event a grand success. For your kind attention, we have a workshop going on at the basketball court, a workshop on Theyyam and Kalari. All are invited. Thank you.